Welcome to my block. My name is Andre Webley, and I'm going to be the host of this podcast. This is where you're going to get a glimpse of my lifestyle and business, as well as picking up some healthy tips and tricks that will help you make a lifestyle change, starting with your body and mind. Are you ready? Let's do this.
They asked, could he deliver another classic? Who else carried the field on their back with this rap shit? So I treat it like it's my last hit when I craft this magic. How we approaching every single track with, and let it burn slow. For my town, I'm feeling like it's my turn. So integrity in my pen is with every verse. Show simply nothing less than the legend that graced birth. Yo, was it more than
the family and spending time with the family, seeing those moments when you're with my daughter, it's definitely another thing, because, right now, I work a job that's not specifically 9 to 5. It's 7 to whatever they feel like letting you leave.
Yeah.
Much. And, a lot of times I come home, everyone's asleep. My daughter's asleep, my wife is either asleep or getting ready to go to bed, and she's already not in the mood of spending time because she's already tired.
She just spent the whole day and...
Yeah, so, I come home and I feel like I'm empty. You know? I feel empty, and it feels empty. I'm going home to not much. I don't want to say not much love.
Yeah.
Because
but everybody's tired at this point. It's just, it's a hard thing to deal with, and that's even more reason why your passion should be so important to you, because it's gonna allow you to free that time up. Because seeing your family is the reason why you got married, bro. Because you want to be with them forever.
You want to be a family man.
Yeah. So it's just, even just starting and getting your foot in the door is going to make you want to feel better. Because if you're saying that, if I made open time for my passion, I can make open time to do the things that I need to do in my life, right? And though it may be hard, what we're doing right now is hard, and it doesn't get any easier. We're only getting older.
Oh, yeah.
There's only more diseases being created by the day, so it's just we might not even have an ozone layer by 2025. So it's just so if you ain't got dark skin, I'm sorry.
Might as well have a zombie apocalypse at this point.
So yeah.
Another thing to add, because I know I pretty much just skimmed through, how it happened, things like that.
That's okay.
Just so because it would be extensive. We'll be here all night, probably.
Yeah, you probably talk more than me.
So I try to keep it short. But there was a point in my life where in my teenage years, I was going through a lot of stuff. As I mentioned earlier, issues with my parents, and right around the time that I started playing the drums, and I started getting into it, things like that, I was also having a very difficult moment. But some of it had to do because I'm a knucklehead. Anyways.
Yeah, like most boys.
Yeah. So in middle school was definitely it was tough, and transitioning into high school as well. So I found that music was definitely soothing, and definitely pulled me away from all the bad things that I was doing, all the bad things that prevented me from doing. Was definitely it was definitely it definitely put me in a better place, I should say. And
kind of took that anger, that all those emotions that you were feeling at the time, and it allowed you to kind of transfer it somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how we have to go through something like that in order to actually feel good about ourselves. For me, it was more weightlifting. Like I did get into music. I did start playing the drums, but I didn't stick with it.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that I always wanted to revisit because my brother picked up the guitar again. And I was like, you know what? I want to make it a goal to get back into the drums. You know, he learned how to play the guitar, and he's a phenomenal guitar player. And I was just like, you know how awesome it would be to jam out with my brother.
Yeah.
I started playing instruments before he did, and then I just stopped. You know, when I got to high school and I started playing football. The things that I went through in terms of emotional trauma with my dad, and you know, just being upset with life, football definitely helped me transfer those feelings I was having.
Yeah.
You know, like I was passionate about lifting weights and playing sports because it allowed me to release something that I guess was frowned upon when I spazzed out, and there was no way for me to like tell people how I felt, and talking to people wasn't working. But I needed to hit something, and I needed to release some energy, and I didn't know how to do it. So I didn't know how to talk about it. I know how to do it. I just didn't know how to talk about it, to be vulnerable, to actually have somebody come and have those talks with me, because before, like, being a knucklehead, I closed out a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I regret doing it, but at the same time, it is what it is. There's nothing I could go back and change, but it helped me learn how to be a human being, how to just accept things for what they are, and do my best to, when I'm presented with an opportunity to move forward with it, to do my best. I know things are hard. My entire life has been hard, and I don't think anybody else's life is easy. You know, we all go through things, whether you think it or not. If a billionaire loses $500,000 or $500,000, 500 million, half of his fortune, he's mad as hell. You know what I mean? Our problems are just on a different scale, so it doesn't matter. You know, hurt is hurt.
Yeah.
And like, I don't care what you say. You punch me in the face and I punch you in the face, you're gonna feel that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna feel that. It's just like, you know how it feels to get punched in the face now.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Definitely was a process.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
Oh, yeah.
There came a time as well that people have said, you know, you're not gonna make it.
mm-hmm.
You're never gonna play good. You should just stop what you're doing. You know, you're never gonna be good enough to be able to play with other people,
Yeah.
or you know, and at that point, you know, obviously it made me, you know, feel like shit.
Yeah, I've been through that. My brother's been through it, and it sucks. Some of that stuff comes from people that are closest to you, people that you think are close. My sister, I love my sister, but she told my younger brother, because my younger brother used to play Guitar Hero and, you know, just go crazy, right? So whatever. You play guitar, and my sister was just like, you're never gonna do this and that. You're not gonna be good at it. It's just something that you want to do. It's not something that, you know, you're really passionate about. And he didn't like that, you know. So it was just like, I'm gonna prove you wrong. And I remember the next instant that happened was my dad. You know, like I said, he played, you know, a lot of Guitar Hero, which made him want to play guitar. So it was just like my dad made him, you know, make the decision, put a fork in the road. Either play Guitar Hero or play guitar, because you have to choose one. And he chose the guitar. And this is the time where I'm going off to college. Like I said, like 18, 19. And I come back the next year, and he's a totally different person. Like, he's rocking out to Metallica songs, and to the point where, like, I gotta go in this room, and I'm just like, yo, is that really you playing? He's like, yeah. I was like, do that again. He goes, I was like, oh my god. Like, Master of Puppets, I was like, oh my god, I was like, this is ridiculous, you know what I mean?
It's nice.
So, like, it's all about your dedication and your time. Everything is hard to do, but I want to get into that a little later. So it's just, we'll take a little small break, and then we'll get to it.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it could have been. Fuck it.
It is what it is.
Fuck it.
What do you feel like we could have done better?
Well, I definitely think we could have done that 100 times better.
But
It's just the way it came out, you know.
it's
That's
all.
what it is.
It is what it is, and we're doing it live, so it's just.
Yeah.
I mean.
Okay.
Alright, listen. I think it's. I'm finally comfortable doing live, so it's just whatever we put out, we put out.
Yeah.
Like, so it is what it is, and
Oh, you on Instagram or
yeah, I'm on Instagram.
how many people you got so far?
None.
It's okay, so we haven't got anything either over here, so it's alright.
Oh, it's totally fine, dude, man. And it's just, it is what it is. Like, we're doing this because we want to do it.
Yeah.
And people enjoy it, people enjoy it. If they don't, they just be like, okay. But we'll know, like, because we're gonna eventually go back and check the stats, and if people like this episode, they like it. If not, you know, let's do this. If at the end of it we still don't feel satisfied, like, let's go. Like, if you feel like you want to hear more about this topic, blase. You know, we'll do a separate segment.
Yeah.
And we'll revisit some of the topics that we spoke about today.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more detail. And then we could spend like 15, 20 minutes actually.
Welcome back, guys, to the Bam Bam Show. You already know. I'm live. We never done live before, so this is our first time doing live, and
It's exciting.
it's exciting.
Exhilarating.
It's exciting, but also nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, not even gonna lie, yo. Like, we talked about this. This is our third podcast again. We've talked about this on the first day, so it's like I'm still getting over it. Like, I got on Instagram, so I'm on Instagram. If you guys are following Manny right now, and if you're not, I'm sorry, but you guys need to go follow Manny so you can follow me as well. Built by Andre on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm on Instagram Live right now. And just to give you guys a peek of what we do, we do this for fun. We do this because we want to do it. And, not everything is easy, you know. So right now I had like 3 people stop in, and now I have 0 people watching. It's just like, well, it's cool. Like, at least I'm getting that experience out there, and I'm getting my feet wet. I'm a little bit more comfortable being who I am now, because I remember 8 months ago trying to be on Instagram Live and Facebook Live for more than 5 minutes or more than like a minute at a time was nerve-wracking for me. So it's just for us to be here, to be doing this, and just to be, you know, explaining what we feel, and, you know, just giving our 2 cents, being vulnerable to the world is just, it's a step in the right direction for both of us.
It's definitely a process that, you know, we're going through, because, you know, it's something new that we're doing, you know, you want to make sure it goes well.
Yeah,
you know?
always. You always want to be perfect, but I tell people, you know, done is better than perfect, because if we wanted to be perfect, we'd be waiting until episode 15, episode 16. You'd be like, yeah, our first live episode is just, all right, guys. You guys need to get it together. But, dude, and it makes it a little bit easier when you're going through stuff with somebody. So it's just, I commend Mandy, and I'm glad that I'm here doing it with him, because, like, it's
tough.
Yeah.
It really is. You know, when I first started doing this, you know, obviously it starts as a hobby. You know, it is something that I want to do, and hopefully I can progress to something more.
Yeah, you will progress, trust me.
So, but, you know, as always, there's always doubters.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, you know, when I first started, I was looking for support. You know, I went around family, friends, co-workers.
Yeah.
And they didn't take me serious.
For real, man. They more likely, you know, smile in your face and kind of like chuckle a little bit, but it's just like, damn, like, really, dude?
Yeah,
I'm really doing this. Like,
they're like, you're not doing it. Like, you're not gonna last. Like, I'm just like, really? Like, you could at least be like, all right, man, yeah, I support you for once. You know, like, unfortunately, I'm gonna say this now, because, you know, I did mention it 2 episodes, the last episode. Mm-hmm. The guy I told you about the book, that I was trying so hard to, like, you know, and he thought about it, things like that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, at the end, you know, it was more of he didn't take it serious kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, oh, you have a podcast? Yeah, okay. Like, and, I was there for more like, you support me, I'll support you,
Yeah.
I want to make sure that you also get the support you need, and, because you're a book writer and stuff like that. Unfortunately, so that's not going to happen, unfortunately.
No, that's alright, man, but, yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely heartbreaking, because, I'm just like, damn, like, I definitely like to support people, especially if it's a in their endeavors of something that they want to go out and do, like you're doing your own thing.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I support you in every way, like whatever I can to help you, I'm gonna be there, and I like to do that, and also like every once in a while someone will support me when I start something myself, and this was something like I definitely need support in, because it is a big step. So
yeah, this is definitely huge, stepping out into this realm of where everybody can hear you, and some people will judge you for a lot of people will judge you for the things you do, and it's just
2019.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just like it's ballsy to be doing this, but at the same time, like I'm happy Manny is doing this, and I'm happy that we're taking this step forward to do our best to be better people, to do the things that we want to do. It's not good to be trapped, man. Like it's good to expand your mind, to read the books, to be positive, to say the things that are in your heart, because being authentic and being the real person that you are will bring the people around you that you need to be around. So sad to say that the guy who did the book, he didn't belong there, and the people who belong will stick. And sometimes it's not the people closest to you. Sometimes it's a stranger that you just meet, off the street, and it's just like, okay, cool. Like, I take you seriously because I understand what you're doing and how you're doing it. Because I know how much work it is for us to be, putting our necks on the line, like, in a sense, and just putting our ideas and what we think is right and how we're progressing our lives, and it's just.
It's a little scary because, like I mentioned, 2019. People nowadays judge people for everything you do. Like whatever opinions you have, strong or someone, they judge you for it. That's all they do nowadays. Is judge. Like, oh, you're talking about this? That's not true. Blah blah blah. This and this and this. So it's definitely scary, especially these times, to put your word out there, your opinions, and hope for the best. Hopefully people will support you, even though you have those people that won't.
So what I say about that is just like being who you are, being authentic will bring you, like I said, you're going to, whatever you put out into the world, you're going to get. If you're putting out positive energy and you're putting out the right message to people, there's going to be people who will gravitate towards you that either want to do the same thing or want to help you do better in your life, because they see the potential in you. It's just like how me and you are doing this. Is just like, I know how hard it is to do a podcast. So when you're just like, yo, let's do a podcast together, I'm just like, hell yeah. Like, okay, let's make this a little easier for myself. Let me get my feet wet, because I know the struggles that you're going through as well. And sometimes this shit is hard doing it by yourself. So
there's a lot of time and effort that you have to put into these things too. Yeah. It's not, we may do it for like an hour and a half, but like, provided the content, making sure that you have the followers to listen to, that the support, everything about it is tedious, but
it's worth it. Work. I think it's a lot of work, but it's worth it at the end of the day. It's just, what are you willing to do the things you love? And for me, it's not about the followers. It's like, we shouldn't be worrying about that at all. We should just be worrying about,
no, of course,
like, putting out the best version of us that we can, and just every day just getting 1% better, because it leads us down the road of meeting other people that want to do the same thing that we want to do. Like, I have another buddy, like, he seen our podcast. He started a podcast himself. He was like, yo, let me interview you. I was like, oh, okay. No, this is Khalid. Shout out to Khalid. But he made my logo, by the way, Fit Factory.
Nice.
Right? You guys can see the back of it. But he made my logo and everything like that. So he's one of my friends that I do support, because we've had this conversation that me and you've had before, where it's just like our passions are, we feel this way about something that we got to go after. And I've known him since like the 4th grade.
Oh, wow.
But we reconnected probably. Actually, we've always been in contact because he went to Sci Tech, I went to Putnam, and they're literally like they're a stone throw away. You know what I mean? So like we stood in contact over the years, but more recently we've gotten really to talking probably like a year or two ago, and it's nice to see the progression that he's made in terms of his business mindset and the things that he want to do. So I want to get the rest of our friends that have the same kind of mindset into the things that we're going to do. And it's kind of hard separating yourself from people who don't see it the way that you do.
Yeah.
It's definitely like puberty part 2. I don't know if I said that already, but like it's you grow up, you have friends, and then you got to grow up again and find the people that you really are friends with, that you click with, because this whole thing about life is about helping each other. And what I want to do, I have to have the right people around me to be able to provide, because my services are going to help them get into shape, which is going to give them the confidence to run that company that they want to run, to help Manny play the drums a lot longer than what he really wants to do right now, right? To be able to do the things that you want to do in life, to empower you to be strong and successful. There's things in our lives that we cannot do by ourselves, and I went over the Tough Mudder story the first time me and Manny talked, and I did the entire race all the way up until like mile 7 or 8 by myself, and then I came to an obstacle, literally a wall that I could not get over because my shoulder was jacked up and I couldn't climb it. And at that moment, 3 people came out of nowhere and it's just like, we're gonna help you. Long story short, I ended up crying on the way down the mountain because I finally figured out what the meaning behind the race was, what the meaning behind life was. Is actually, no matter how tough you are, no matter how strong you are, no matter how much you try to hide, whatever your weakness is, it's going to come to light. But there's also going to be people who are going to embrace you for, having that weakness. That are going to embrace you for, being vulnerable and talking the truth, talking what you feel in your heart, because we all have these similar kind of experiences growing up. I don't know how many of you guys had broken bones or scars. And I know kids are knuckleheads and boys are knuckleheads, and we do a couple of stupid things that will get us hurt. Like I have a whole list of injuries. Like I fractured my hip when I was fractures their. I think I'm the only person that I know that fractured their hip, and it's just like, how do you do that? Well, I don't want to get into it. So it's just, it's just things that happen to us, and if I don't share those stories, and if I didn't tell Manny that I was doing a podcast, that I wanted to do a podcast, we wouldn't be here, So it's just like, you gotta open your mouth on those situations that are either bothering you or that you want to get better at. My dad always said, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and I got it right. So it's just, I was thinking so hard, it's like, don't mess it up. But if you talk, people will help. People will come to your aid. And it's not like begging for help. It's more like, I'm talking about my situation. I'm letting you guys know, these are the things that I'm going through. And it'll be nice to have one of you guys interact with us. It'll be nice to have one of you guys come and be a guest on our podcast. We'll call it our podcast because we're here, So it's just, I enjoy working. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy talking. And it's one of the best feelings that I've had in a long time, because there was a point where I wasn't able to do this. It was like, and I keep telling you guys, I'm happy Manny's here. Manny stepped out to do the things that he wanted to do, and it inspired me to do a podcast as well. So this is awesome.
And it is our podcast.
Thank you, man.
We're gonna take another break. We're gonna come back. So say something.
Yep. Hey YouTube. I hope you guys are having an excellent day. If you like the video, then like the video. If you dislike the video, then dislike the video. But do me a favor if you do like it. Hit that like button. Press share. Turn on your notifications so you know when I'm going to be posting these videos. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later.